everybody, welcome back. Here we are with another video. So today's video, what we're doing is spicy tortellini with grilled chicken. And I was inspired to recreate this dish because I love this restaurant called Cafe Intermezzo here in Atlanta, and they have this dish and it's so good. And so if you're ever in Atlanta metro area, check them out. They have like beverages, cakes, they serve breakfast all day. They have something for everybody, okay? So check them out. They have a couple of locations. I like the one in Midtown because it's like a vibe, you know, like you can sit on the street and everything like that. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. And I hope you all enjoy, and I hope you all recreate this and tell me what you think. So here we go. Oh, and so I also want to say that this meal is pretty easy to make. When you're doing grilled chicken, I'm sauteing it. I don't have a grill, so let's be clear. But I'm going to saute it on the stove in a skillet, and then I'm probably gonna bake it because that's how I kind of like to do my chicken, to give it a little color, get it a little juicy, so it won't be dry. Make sure that you are, cooking and enjoying your food with people that you love during this time. Even if we are social distancing and some people are still quarantining, just make sure that you're continuing to be safe, but stay at home as much as possible, cook from home as much as possible, but do indulge and treat yourself when you need to. Okay, so let's get into it. All right.
So now we begin. I started off with 2 chicken breasts, and I'm just going to split them in half because I live by myself. So 2 chicken breasts is actually like 4 chicken breasts to me. And these were like $10 at Kroger. So I washed the chicken, I'm splitting it, and I'm just going to cut it into 4s. And then I'm going to begin to season. So now I'm going to start seasoning my chicken. I'm going to begin with a couple of different herbs. This chicken recipe is really spicy. Not really spicy, but it's very flavorful and it has a little spice and a little zest to it. So I'm doing some Creole seasoning salt. I'm going to do Mrs. Dash garlic and herbs, some black pepper, some blackened seasoning. I'm going to do a little olive oil as well. And then I'm also going to season with some lime juice when I put it in the skillet on medium and saute on both sides for about 7 minutes. I would say 3.5 minutes on each side because I am going to pop this in the oven. So when you're seasoning your chicken, you do want to have your oven preheated to 400 degrees because you're going to bake the chicken after you saute it. So as I said before, you're going to put the chicken breast in a skillet on medium heat with some olive oil. You might need to add a little more olive oil if you don't coat your chicken well enough. So I had to add a little bit more so that the chicken won't stick to the actual skillet. So you're going to cook that and you're going to flip it constantly. Once you flip it and it gets a little brown, then that's when I start to put the lime. I cut 1 lime up and squeeze half of it, and then I cook the other side and squeeze the other half, and I just left the limes in the skillet because I feel like it's giving it some flavor, and I cook it until it's brown. So now I'm going to put this in the oven to get it brown a little bit because it's sauteed to my liking. And in the oven they go to get a little more brown and crisp. Now we're going to start making our cream sauce. Now, I do want to say that I had just cleaned out my refrigerator and I forgot to go get some heavy cream. So if you don't have any heavy cream, please use some heavy cream. But for this, I had to just improvise and just do the sauce to the best of my ability with what I had. But I start off with butter, garlic, saute it in the saucepan. And once that starts to cook, I add some Parmesan cheese, a little mozzarella cheese, and I added mascarpone cheese, so a container of mascarpone cheese. Mascarpone cheese is really good for cream sauces and things like that. It's very light. I love it. It makes everything taste better. But remember, this recipe does call for a heavy cream, so make sure you add a little heavy cream. Otherwise, it just won't cream up as much because it's missing that kind of binding cream. But I did add a little milk in there to thin out the cheese a little bit. And also, you just season it with some pepper. And I added a little bit of Creole seasoning to it just to give it a little spice. Oh, I forgot to mention that I did saute a medium onion, just like a fourth of cup of medium yellow onion, and I added that to the sauce as well. So once your sauce is done, then you'll turn the heat off and let it simmer until you're ready to pour it on top of your pasta. Here's my pasta. I just cooked it according to the directions on the package. 7 minutes to a boil, and then I'm going to drain and toss it in my sauce. I did end up adding some more Parmesan cheese to the sauce to thicken it up as well. So you have to do what you got to do to make it right, you know? So don't be afraid to improvise. So these green beans, what I did was I sauteed some garlic and onions and just seasoned it with sea salt and black pepper. And just going to cook those until they're a little tender. And that's basically it for the green beans. Pretty simple. I bought a bag of fresh green beans from Kroger. Simple, easy. Once the chicken was done, I took it out, put it on top of the pasta. I cut it up and I just sprinkled some shaved Parmesan, parsley, and red pepper flakes. And we're done. Yummy. I'm about to smash.